Hey, what's up? PizzaLovingNerd here. Today we will be doing a review on Liri OS, which is a operating system with a custom desktop environment, and it uses Wayland instead of Xorg. Anyways, let's get into my. So let's start with the fact that I'm running this in GNOME boxes and I'm having a weird issue, like double cursors for example. And this isn't my system cursor, because my system cursor is Breeze Snow, the white Breeze cursor. But this is just a standard Adwaita cursor, plus there's a bigger cursor behind it. So yeah. Now let's look at its interface. It's running its own interface. Right here, it has like your workspace, I think. I think this hot corner just shows your current applications. Yeah, I'm right about that. My issue with this though is if I try and go to the menu, I always accidentally click it or press on it. Now, this down here opens up a sidebar basically, so if you hit the volume, it opens up a volume sidebar. If you hit the storage, it opens up a storage sidebar. If notifications opens a notification sidebar, and the clock opens a time sidebar. Now, again, this is running its own custom version of just its own custom desktop, and yeah. Now, so far, this looks like just a cool, interesting distro, and you might be thinking, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and try this. Don't. Basically, I couldn't get the installer to work. It uses Calmaris, except every single time I've tried to install this, it has crashed. I was also having disk partitioning issues, except if you open anything that isn't a Liri app, it seems to crash the whole distro. And yeah. Now for the browser, it has Liri browser, which I already showed in my web browsers video, so I'll have a card to that if you want to watch that. And yeah, now everything feels like an Android app. Just look at these menus. It all feels like Android. I mean, it's material design, so it's kind of made to feel like Android, and it just segment faulted. So I'm just gonna make a montage at the end of this video of every time it's segment faulted when I've tried to record this video. When it's segment faults, I have to restart. Basically, when it crashes, it logs you out of the distro. Anyway, so it has Liri browser, Liri files, which is its file manager, and this looks like that downloads app built into Android, that crappy file manager that is built into Android that is really bad. That's basically what this is. So everything feels like an Android app. This might be good on a touchscreen, maybe this distro, if you could get it to work without segment faults. I don't know. Its terminal emulator is actually pretty decent. It looks pretty good, except for I hate it when material design menus have ... and then they don't even have tooltips, which means if I hover my mouse over it, I still don't get to see what that says. There's also a text editor. Again, this looks suspiciously like Android. Here we go. We got something that's working now. Let's save this as a text file. Is this using Qt to save it? Alright, I'll just put this in my home folder. Oh, permission denied? No, to be fair, I don't think I saved it in my home folder. There we go. Wait, it just crashed? Did it just crash? Let's see, it still had the text file, that's good. Can I open this with the text editor from the file manager? It doesn't, you can't even open a file from the file manager. To be fair, it doesn't have a file extension type, but still, that is kind of annoying. Got its own screenshot tool, which doesn't work. Let's try running it through the terminal. Liri screenshot. There's a screencast tool. There we go. Okay, it just runs it for a sec. Let's look at the screencast tool. I'm interested now. Is it recording me? Could not send message to service. Let's look at settings. So, okay, it's got pretty detailed settings. Let's go to appearance. Transparent app shelf. That doesn't seem to do anything. This isn't transparent. Accent color. Let's change it to red. What? It won't let me. Nothing happens when I click on a color. Background. Why is it showing the same wallpaper like 9 times? We have this fluid demo here. This is just I think it's using its own toolkit called Fluid. Let's look at its App Center. Oh, nice. It's my it just crashed. Well, the good news is, usually when applications crash, I get a segment fault, and that hasn't happened yet, so. Now, let's try installing a third-party app. Let's install Gparted, because that is an app that you would probably need in order to get this actually installed. So we'll let this run through DNF.
One eternity later.
This virtual machine just froze.
One eternity later.
Alright, so we're back in, and yeah, let's try installing Gparted again. Alright, let's see if I can get Gparted to work. Now, this distro basically only has the bare essentials. Those applications I've showed you were the only applications on the ISO, and I tried to get a funny wallpaper for this video, and Wget is broken, and I couldn't browse the web without a segmentation fault. Alright, we got Gparted running. Let's see what happens when we run it. Another crash. So, it appears now. Earlier it would just log out. Appears now, it just crashes the GNOME box straight up. Alright, we're back in. Now, let's see if I can actually get the App Center to display something. Just crashed. Again. The screenshot utility doesn't work. I legit, why is there 2 window borders inside of this? It just segment faulted. Liri OS, more like segmentation fault OS.